Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beers, Bourbon, and Games. I'm your co-host, Conquer Corey Moonman Mike.
That's me again.
And we have yet another little retro product review. I'm starting to see a pattern in our channel.
What's wrong with us? It's like we like retro games or something.
Yeah. So,
this one was actually loaned to us by a friend of the channel who got this and was disappointed with it, and we'll get into that in a bit, but we're going to kind of give our first impressions on it and kind of play it ourselves and then kind of see if we can upgrade it and maybe make it better.
So this is the Miyoo Mini Plus, which is an Ambernac clone, basically. They all use the same shells.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, it's one of those products that are on Amazon. When you search retro handheld, they're a dime a dozen. They all use the same shells. They all use, well, the problem with that is typically, and you can even look at this looks just like an Ambernac.
Yeah.
Like just through and through. While the concept of it is great, really handheld, easy to play and stuff like that, the problem is that the software on these things is not the greatest.
No, it's really bad.
And in this case, they had a lot of outdated emulators, and the OS was, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. But doing some research, there is a operating system we can put on this thing called Onion OS, not to be confused with Garlic OS. Garlic OS is for the Ambernac. Onion OS is for the Miyoo. Miyoo! Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to say that. Miyoo. This is going on TikTok, isn't it?
This is going on TikTok.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so standard handheld device. Forgive the Cheeto fingerprints there. Sorry, friend of the channel. Standard buttons. Got 4 shoulder buttons on the back. USB-C, which is a shocker because a lot of them still use micro. So USB-C, that's nice. SD card slot. And
comes with a 64 gig SD card.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the Miyoo brand.
Oh, that's a problem too.
Wait. They put U3 on it though. I mean, it should mean it's fast, right?
Maybe.
So the person who handed this to us, he had problems where the games just stopped playing in the middle of play and it would lock up. I think that's a mixture of OS problems and very likely, let's face it, these SD cards that are generic, you can't trust them. Like
No.
they have a reliability rating of like
0.
The PSP battery. But yeah, let's get into this thing. We're gonna show you how to mod it, and yeah, we'll see if we can't turn this around and turn it into a happy ending. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is turn on the device. You can see me just sitting there looking around at the device because I get bored easy and I'm distracted by flashing lights.
Oh, shiny!
Exactly that. Now when the device boots up, the first thing we're going to do is go to the settings option. Forgive the blur. I was trying to get it adjusted just right. There we go. Now we're going to go down to device info. And we're going to look at the version is what we're looking at. So the version will be listed in the document below. You have to have a certain version of the firmware. Luckily enough, our unit was the bare minimum to upgrade. So we don't have to do the upgrading steps, which is listed in the document. I'm looking at this garbage SD card and decide, okay, we need something better. So here we have the Onion OS GitHub page. So we're going to visit that and we're going to go to the document to overview everything. And this is talking about features, so if you're curious what all it offers, this page will show all of it to you. A lot of really cool things. So we're going to skip ahead to the installation where it's going to tell us check your firmware. If your firmware is too low, you do have to upgrade it. And if you upgrade it, you do run a risk of bricking it, so keep that in mind. And there's 2 different versions. You have the Miyoo Mini and the Miyoo Mini Plus. We had the Plus. So you can see here as I'm looking through, I decided, oh wait, I got the Mini Plus, so I need to look at the Mini Plus. And ours was the bare minimum. I didn't not have to touch it. It was fantastic. It was great. I love it. I love it when it's easy like this. So if you do have to update the firmware, you can download it here and upgrade it. Otherwise, I'm going to go straight down to Onion B430 and click that button to download it. There's our GitHub page. Go down, and there's our zip. Simply click it. And then wait for my internet to catch up.
4,000 years later.
Yes, I have caveman internet. So we're going to be doing a fresh install. We're not upgrading, so I'm going to click fresh install. And it's going to walk us through how to update the SD card. It has to be set to FAT32, which gets a little bit tricky if you have high capacity drives, but that's okay. We're going to use a tool called Rufus. Those that are not aware, we've used Rufus a couple times on this channel. Basically, it just creates a bootable USB drive. So I'm going to the Rufus site. I'm going to download that. And then when I open it, I'm going to select my SD card. I use my old RetroPie one. We'll make it non-bootable. Leave it at MBR, and then we're going to set it to large FAT32.
What'd you call me?
You heard me. Large FAT32, baby. Then once you have it set up, just make sure you got the right thing selected. You do not want to overwrite your storage hard drive on your computer. That would be bad. So I'm just going to go name it SD card just for giggles. Click start. And it's going to format my drive with the, or as a FAT32 SD card, which is great. And the reason why we have to use Rufus is because you cannot format as FAT32 in Windows for larger drives. Not supported, so. And we're going to wait for that to complete there. So just wait, be patient with it. It will complete. It took me about maybe a minute for it to complete or so. And then after it's ready, just click close. And then your SD card is now ready to be have files transferred to it. Now we're at step 2. We're literally going to copy the file. So we're going to extract all of that onion folder. And the directory is going to kind of look like that in the screen. You're going to have BIOS, media, Miyoo, etc. I extracted it, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my SD card. I wish every modded OS was this simple.
Yeah, it seems pretty a lot better than the last one we did.
it injects on top of it. It's a beautiful thing. It's just beautiful. So the third step there, which we're not going to show, this guide walks through it, and there's going to be a link below, is to get your ROMs. If you don't know how to get your ROMs, again, Google's your friend. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm leaving it as. And this part of the guide basically walks you through setting up your ROM folders and your BIOS folders, which you can see the BIOS folders already there. Once you have everything set up, you simply just insert the SD card and you boot the device, and you're going to notice it looks a lot different now. I really love the aesthetics of the Onion OS. It's really sharp. I actually like it better than Garlic OS.
Actually, I do too. The more we were playing with it, the more I was like, this is really nice. Very simple and minimalistic.
But yeah, so once you get it set up, you simply just have to click games there and you can launch your device. All right, so modding this thing was super easy. I loved it. It was literally copying and pasting files on the SD card, slapping the SD card in. So the first experience, the operating system was horrendous.
Yeah.
It really sucked.
Crashes, lag.
It wasn't terrible. Like I said, no, actually it was. It was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I was trying to be nice, but I just couldn't do it.
No.
But luckily enough, we was able to get another 64 gig. We got a SanDisk, which is a good name brand. That's the problem with a lot of these brands. Is what hurts them, is they have these cheap manufactured SD cards and it said U3 on it, but nah, I seriously doubt it was.
No.
So Took the old crappy card out, put the good new one in, loaded Onion OS, and I gotta say, I love the clean look of Onion OS.
Yes.
It is night and day difference. It looks so much sharper. It comes with updated RetroArch, updated cores, and that is very important. Any of you who knows emulation, getting the most up-to-date core and the most stable cores is the difference between a game being unplayable and a game being playable. That's just the nature of the emulation market. That's how it's always going to be. The games didn't have a single audio stutter, and this thing is loud.
Yes, it is very good. We were playing King of Monsters, which is one we used to play all the time as a kid.
Oh, so great.
Didn't have any issues. It was walking around great. It was playing good. And I also played Pokemon Fire Red, and chose a Pokemon, not Bulbasaur, because no one chooses that.
Mrs. Conqueror would disagree with you.
It played great though. It sounded great. It looked great. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, I think we looked it up. It was $60 to $70.
Yeah, sorry. This would make a good Christmas gift if you have a close friend or family that you want to get them something for Christmas. They love retro games. This will make a good one. Just put the Onion OS on it. It is super simple. We'll put links to the guides below where you'll be able to see that and
get a new SD card.
Get a new SD card, yeah, which is like $10 for a 64. I mean, you can go to Walmart, get the on. I would argue the On brand from Walmart is better quality than the one that came in here. So, but yeah, I think it's a good little product. Once you get it modded, plays games just fine and does good. I think if you're on a budget and you really just want to play like Game Boy games, Super Nintendo games, maybe some low-end PlayStation 1 games, I don't think you can go wrong with one of these or the Ambernax. So, why is it shift and move?
It's the battery.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, so hopefully, friend, we hope you like it. Hope it's a lot better for you now. It seems to do really good for us. And so, I guess that begs the question, would you buy it?
Oh, with the Garlic OS on there? Or Onion OS on there? Yes, I would, 100%. That is pretty great. New card, new operating system. It's running great.
Cool. All right. But let us know down in the comments what you think. Do you own one of these? Do you have Onion OS on? Do you have the stock OS? Are you happy with the stock OS? Or is Onion a must for you as well? Do you prefer the Ambernack over this? Honestly, I'm hesitant saying that because I swear this and the Ambernack are the exact same hardware.
Ambernack's a little bit bigger, I think.
Oh, okay.
Which, I don't remember where it is.
But, yeah, it's a great little pocket size. But let us know what you think. Have you had problems out of it? I know there was one thing about the firmware. Depending on when you bought these, some of them have bad firmware shipped with them. And if you have an older firmware, you got to update the firmware before you can actually move forward with upgrading to Onion OS. And as we all know, firmware updates can cause bricking.
Yep.
So, luckily enough, this one was the bare minimum to upgrade to Onion OS, so I didn't have to touch firmware.
That's awesome.
But if you like this video, be sure to check out our channel where we do other unboxings, reviews, mods, let's plays. We love these little gadgets, man. We just love them. But as always, I'm your co-host, Conquer Corey.
And I'm Mike.
Until next time,
keep on gaming.